Betty Marion White, born January 17th, 1922, is an actress, comedian, animal activist, and a beautiful woman that has blessed every television in the United States. Her life was mostly lived before most of us were born, but Betty will never give up her passion. Many of us know Betty White, whether through her time on Golden Girls, which is where a lot of us know her, or through her many movie roles. What a lot of people in our generation don't realize is how successful Betty White was even before Golden Girls. I've seen many interviews with and about Betty, and she is the sweetest, most generous celebrity I can name. It all started back in the 1930s and early 40s when Betty had her own variety show. It was a little like Carol Burnett's, but Betty's was done on a stage for around 5 hours a day. After some time, a producer came to her and asked if she'd take her show on TV. Luckily, she agreed. She then got her own show called Life with Elizabeth, a new age show that brought up a lot of problems on TV. She had a black man guest star on the show very frequently, which much of America hated. So, Betty gave him more time and told the producers to deal with it. After Life with Elizabeth ended, Betty started doing a lot of game shows. She frequented Password, where she met Alan Ludden, the host. Betty and Alan fell in love, but not until after Alan chased her and convinced her to marry him. They ended up doing a lot of TV appearances together, like Password, Password Plus, some episodes of Match Game, and an episode of The Love Boat where they played a married couple. They could not be separated. Soon after getting married, Betty joined the cast of The Mary Tyler Moore Show, playing Sue Ann Nivens, a very Blanche Devereaux-like character. Unfortunately, Alan died in 1981, leaving Betty heartbroken. To keep herself together, Betty invested herself in her work, which was a blessing to all of America. In 1985, The Golden Girls aired on NBC. Betty was cast as Rose Nyland, the goofy and lovable Midwesterner who stole everybody's hearts. Golden Girls lasted until 1992, and that was when Betty branched out and was known by everybody. It took a long time before Betty joined another TV show as a series regular. She did a lot of work in movies, like The Lorax, Ponyo, The Proposal, and You Again, where she was noticed a lot more by the younger generations. She also guest starred on some TV shows, but one of her most notable for our generation would be playing Eric's grandma on That 70s Show. In 2010, Betty joined the cast of Hot in Cleveland, acting with notable actresses Valerie Bertinelli, Jane Lees, and Wendy Malick. Betty played Elka Ostrowski, a Polish immigrant who came with the house the owners moved into when they were stuck in Cleveland. Being on this show gave Betty a chance to reconnect with a lot of her old co-stars, including Mary Tyler Moore, Valerie Harper, Carol Burnett, Carl Reiner, and Mel Brooks. The show lasted until 2016, when Betty decided to retire. However, nothing can keep Betty out of the spotlight. She came back to the screen to guest star in a few shows, including a few episodes of Bones and an episode of SpongeBob SquarePants. However, she did start to slow down, and it was noticeable. She's on screen a lot less and is usually seen sitting down, which is completely logical seeing as she's in her 90s. Today, the 98-year-old actress spends a lot of time at home. It has been said that she loves playing board games and has friends step over once a week to play with her. She also loves being with her dogs and still volunteers and donates to multiple animal organizations. Betty has always enjoyed the company of animals, but now more than ever she can sit down and take advantage of it. Miss Betty White is an extraordinary woman who deserves all the respect in the world. All of her work spans a lot farther than what I had mentioned, which is in and of itself amazing. Betty's impact in the television world seems unsurpassable. Every celebrity knows her and dreams of working with her. Luckily, her versatility has her work on both huge and successful shows and small one-season flops. But she gives everyone a chance, because without her chance, she wouldn't be where she is today. And that is why Betty White is a true inspiration to all of us.